Hello folks, my name is Bill Rafalski. Today's class will introduce you to the movie Murder, She Said. It stars Margaret Rutherford as Miss Marple. This movie is a comedy murder mystery. This is the first of 4 Miss Marple movies made by MGM at their British studio. The movie was released in 1961. Miss Marple is a passenger on a train. She looks out the window and sees a woman being strangled in a train that is going the other way. The victim's body is thrown off the train. Miss Marple notifies the police, but the police do not find a body. Miss Marple, however, decides to investigate further, and so the story begins. In 1961, MGM was a major studio. It had a studio in the United States as well as in Great Britain. They made films in Great Britain because they could hire English actors for less money. The 4 Miss Marple films are examples of the MGM Great Britain studio productions. At one time, there were 7 major film studios. Now there are only 5. MGM is now a mini-major studio, and that is because they bought United Artists in 1981. Murder, She Said is based on the Agatha Christie book, 450 to Paddington. The book was published in Great Britain and in the United States in 1957. In the USA, this book had a different title. The title was What Mrs. McGillicuddy Saw. Miss Marple is the detective in both stories. In the book, however, Miss Marple doesn't see the murder being committed. Agatha Christie loved using trains in her stories. Several of her stories take place on trains or use trains in the story, such as the ABC Murders, such as Murder on the Orient Express, and today's 450 to Paddington. How does the movie differ from the book? The Miss Marple books always have a compelling sense of suspense and underlying darkness. The movie is lighter in tone, with some whimsical touches. There is some comedy of manners present. In the book, Miss Marple does not pose as the housekeeper. A friend of Miss Marple's poses as the housekeeper to help solve the mystery. The manor house in the book is called Rutherford House. In the film, they didn't want to use the word Rutherford. Akenthorpe Hall was shortened from Krakenthorpe Hall. The film stars Margaret Rutherford, an English actress who starred on stage, television, and in the movies. She was very successful after World War II. She was used in all 4 Miss Marple movies, and they used the same sets and locations for all 4 films. They did change the music slightly for all 4 movies. One of Margaret Rutherford's breakout roles was in the movie Blithe Spirit. Blithe Spirit was based on a play by Noel Coward, and the film version was released in 1945. Margaret plays a medium. The story is about a playwright who is haunted by the spirit of his first wife. Rex Harrison played the playwright. In 1952, Margaret Rutherford appeared in the film version of Oscar Wilde's 1895 play The Importance of Being Earnest. She starred with Michael Redgrave and Joan Greenwood. She played the part of Miss Prism. In the 1946 BBC production on television, Margaret Rutherford played Lady Bracknell. This story is about 2 lovesick ladies who are obsessed with the manly man name of Ernest. The film was a box office hit. She also starred in the movie The VIPs with Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. In 1963, Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton were at the height of their popularity. The other featured players were Orson Welles, Maggie Smith, Rod Taylor, Louis Jourdan, and Elsa Martinelli. The screenplay was written by Terence Rattigan and directed by Anthony Asquith. Margaret played the Duchess of Brighton. She won the Oscar and Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actress in this film. It's interesting to note that Margaret Rutherford is the last actor born in the 19th century to receive an Oscar. In 1967, Queen Elizabeth bestowed the title of Dame to Margaret Rutherford. George Pollock, the director of the 4 Miss Marple films from MGM, started as a second unit director in the 1930s. His big break came in the 1940s when he was hired by the award-winning director David Lean to be his assistant director on 3 classics from the 1940s: Brief Encounter, Oliver Twist, and Great Expectation. George Pollock in the 1960s became the first director to bring Miss Marple, the character, to the big screen. George Pollock also directed television, including in Europe, Danger Man, which in the United States became Secret Agent Man. The movie theme music for the Miss Marple films was written by the composer Ron Goodwin. Ron Goodwin did scores for over 70 movies. His most well-known scores were Where Eagles Dare, Battle of Britain, the 4 Miss Marple films, and Hitchcock's Frenzy. Ron Goodwin always said that the scores for the 4 Miss Marple movies got him noticed. George Pollock asked Margaret Rutherford's agent if she would agree to play Miss Marple in the movies. If so, did she have any special requests? And she had 2. Number 1, she wanted to wear her own clothes. Number 2, she wanted her husband, Stringer Davis, to have a part in the movies. Margaret and Stringer met during a stage production in 1930. She said, "I couldn't take my eyes off him." His full name was James Buckley Stringer Davis. He was a character actor on stage, television, and in the movies. He served in the military in both World Wars. In World War I, Stringer was a lieutenant in the 3rd Battalion of the South Lancashire Regiment. He volunteered to serve in World War II. They were married in 1945 after a 15-year engagement. His mother didn't like Margaret Rutherford. Stringer was totally devoted to Margaret for their entire married life. Margaret's last movie was The Countess from Hong Kong, starring Marlon Brando and Sophia Loren. The movie was written and directed by Charlie Chaplin. Check out the movie poster. Chaplin has a small part as a clumsy servant on the ship where the movie takes place. Joan Hickson has a very bit part in Murder, She Said. Later, Joan Hickson would play Miss Marple in a BBC television version of Miss Marple. The television version of Miss Marple premiered on December 26, 1984 and ran for 8 years. There were 12 episodes spread out over 3 series. The stories were adapted from the Miss Marple novels only. 2014 marked the 30th anniversary of this TV series. These shows were described by Agatha Christie enthusiasts as the definitive portrayal of Miss Marple. Arthur Kennedy was an American stage and film performer. Arthur won a Tony playing Biff Loman in the original stage production of Death of a Salesman. Arthur played in 3 other Arthur Miller plays. He could play either a hero or a villain. Arthur was a 5-time Oscar nominee. Why was Arthur Kennedy in the UK? He was making the movie Lawrence of Arabia. And he was working in both England as well as other sites. He plays a fictional version of Lowell Thomas, the reporter, who highlights T.E. Lawrence's achievements. His agent got Arthur Kennedy the part in Murder, She Said. In the 60s, Agatha Christie wrote a book called The Mirror Cracked from Side to Side. This book was dedicated by Agatha Christie to Margaret Rutherford in admiration. If you have questions or comments about this movie, send them to me at the email address listed below. Enjoy the movie.